Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here, and today's episode is going to be a little different from what I've been doing lately. I'm going to be going over some of the episodes that Cloud of Witnesses Journey with the Saints has that are great for children, that you can share with your children and feel good that there's not anything that might be too scary or too wild in them. All of our episodes on Cloud of Witnesses are tastefully done, and we don't really have anything in there that could be too unnerving for a child. There's just some that do mention martyrdom, which in the Orthodox Church is a reality that we usually do share with our children. I'm just trying to be mindful of parents from all variations of children, and you know your children best, so it's always advised, I think, to listen to them first before you show them to your children, just to make sure that there isn't anything that might be too much for your kids. Also, these episodes of Cloud of Witnesses are not done specifically for children in mind. We do them for all ages, from little kids to 60 years old, but they're not specifically for children. So just keep that in mind. And also, I would recommend, as kind of a general age range, about school age is probably pretty appropriate for most of our episodes. I say that partly just because anyone younger than that just might find them kind of boring or not understand some of the concepts that are in these episodes. So let's get into the episodes. The first one is St. Peter the Merciful. This episode is kind of a Scrooge story, but it's a real life saint who has changed his ways. This is one of the first episodes. In fact, I think it is the first episode that we ever did on Cloud of Witnesses, and it's a great one for pretty much kids of all ages. The next one is called A Test of Obedience. This episode is on St. John of Damascus. This episode is also really good for kids of basically any age. He basically has a test of obedience when his abbot gives him a task that seems a little crazy. The next episode is Earthquakes in the Capital. This episode is pretty much good, I would say, for any ages. There's just an earthquake scene in it, but I think it's good for just about any age. In this episode, you learn about the origins of the Trisagion hymn, which is said in just about every Orthodox service that we have. The next episode is Saint Nikon. This one is great, especially for little boys, I feel like, because it's such an adventure. It's kind of this story of this young man who becomes really great in the Roman Empire and how he ends up actually changing his life. The next one is on Saint Spiridon. This is kind of a quick little anecdotal story, but it's also pretty fun for kids of just about any age, where Saint Spiridon kind of shows a couple thieves the glory and miracles of God. The next episode is called Pascha and a Gulag, and even though this one kind of sounds a little scary, these monks were able to celebrate Pascha together, hidden away in the Arctic Circle. The next episode is a little glimpse into St. Anthony's life, a little bit of a few anecdotes from his life. There is a scene with a demon talking to St. Anthony, so if your children are easily scared or very, very young, maybe avoid that episode for now, but you can also just listen to it yourself and see if it makes sense for them to hear it or not. The next episode is on St. Herman of Alaska. It's also a little anecdote. We call these our shorts. This one is really fun. It's just kind of nice to have a saint from America that is just really special to me and my family. But it's also just a great story. I think this is also a good one for just about any children of any age. The next one is The Bible Worth 18 Pieces of Silver. This is also, I think, a good one for just about any age. This one is a story about a thief who tries to steal from a monastery, and a great lesson that he ends up learning because of it. We're about halfway through the list, and I just wanted to pause really quickly to just remind you that these are stories that have lots of great lessons, even for young children to learn. These are great ways to start conversations with your children about maybe ways that we can have obedience to God or to our parents, even when we don't understand things, or just life lessons in general that can be helpful, and you'd be surprised how much children can pick up on things. The next episode is on Saint Nektarios. This is a more modern anecdote. All of these are true though. And this one, Saint Nektarios actually ends up visiting a village in Romania unexpectedly. This one's also good for kids of just about any age. I think they'll understand most of the concepts, so you can feel pretty good about just showing this to any of your children. The next one is on St. Titus, and this one I would maybe listen to it before you show it to your children, because it can maybe be a little scary for some younger children. There is a kind of a sudden death. It's not very graphic, but just a little heads up that it might be more for your older children. So just listen to it before you end up sharing it with your younger kids. There's also a 2-part that we have on St. Andrew. This one is good, I think, for most kids of most ages. There is a scene in part 2 of St. Andrew's martyrdom, so just be mindful of that. It's not graphic, of course, but just keep that in mind. So maybe if your children are a little bit squeamish or scared of understanding death, maybe just skip over that part. But otherwise, this is also a very amazing, epic episode, and you should definitely listen to it, especially part 1 is just great for children. It shows St. Andrew's life when he meets Christ and his brother Peter and how they come to follow Jesus. Lastly is an episode called Wisdom in the Graveyard. This episode is about a monk who is kind of teased and picked on, and his elder tells him to go into a graveyard, and he learns a great lesson under unexpected circumstances. This is also good for most ages of kids. I think you'd be pretty safe with this one too. This wraps up the episodes of Cloud of Witnesses that I think you could very, very easily just show to your children. There's more episodes on Cloud of Witnesses, of course, and I just didn't include them because some of them might have themes that might be better for older children, but you're of course welcome to review them and look at them and even share them with your children. I just wanted to make a list that would be pretty easy to follow for children of just about every age. Also, if you as a parent are looking for content that would be interesting or inspiring, be sure to subscribe if you're a mother to this channel down here, and like this video if you liked it. And also go check out Cloud of Witnesses Radio for more stuff for adults. We have interviews, we have our Yes But series where we talk about controversial or tough topics that are in our world today and the Orthodox view on them. We also have Screwtape Letters, Screwtape Returns, which is a very exciting series that we have gotten a hold of Screwtape's letters, and he also keeps interfering with some of the workings of Cloud of Witnesses. Things on the horizon on this channel and Cloud of Witnesses, so be sure to subscribe to both. I'll put the links up above, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.